All right, coaches, I'm here today with Stephanie Richardson. Stephanie is a mother of two. She's a 10-star diamond in her first business center, a 7-star in her second, a 1-star in her third. She is a Million Club member. She won the Humanitarian Award at Summit in 2012. And the reason I've got Stephanie on this call is she is a 7-time elite coach. And I want Stephanie to just talk about, Stephanie, how do you continue to hit elite 7 years in a row?
Thank you, Doug. That's so nice of you to welcome me. So it's kind of crazy that this year I got elite because it was not easy, but it was a goal that I set probably 7 years ago. When I learned about the elite program, I learned that it's a great way to measure your growth of your team. So it was just, when I figured it out, I was like, okay, this is a way that I could be consistent and I could grow without feeling like I was killing myself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it was just a measurement for me of how I was doing as a leader. And so I thought, okay, if I could grow in this way, being a mom of 2 boys, stay-at-home mom, wanting to continue to have that flexibility of being a stay-at-home mom, not killing myself, not getting burned out, how could I do that? And so I figured out the elite program was a great way for me to measure my own leadership as well as my team growth. So early on, I decided to do that. And so what I did is basically I broke down what it looked like each month to become an elite coach. So for me, because I had advanced in rank, I was probably a 5-star at that point. Maybe it wasn't, I don't remember the rules back there. They've changed back and forth. But I knew for me, if I signed up 2 to 4 coaches per month, and then if I had 4 to 6 coaches of mine that I signed up the previous year and, a combination of the previous year and the current year, then I would hit elite. And the reason for that is just like the law of numbers, right? So the more coaches you sign up, the more people that will become diamond. And then we set up diamond push groups so that we would help them get to diamond. So that was taken care of. The ATV category just worked out because the other 2 categories were driving that. So what I would do is I would hit Success Club, and then I would have a list of my previous year coaches that I had signed up and the current year coaches that I had signed up. And then I'd look to see who had hit Success Club, who I needed to talk to, and kind of focus on how I could help them reach Success Club. Now, I'm not like, top 10 numbers or whatever. I just wanted to get to elite. And so that's basically how I would do it every month and then I would go back. So when I get my elite report, then I would divide it by how many months that we had. So we were in the 10th month. I divide the numbers, see where I was, and then see where I needed to adjust. If I needed to add more coaches, or if I needed to have more of my coaches hit Success Club, that's what I did. This year was harder because that first category, the ATV, wasn't there. And so thank goodness y'all did the qualifier for me so I could get there. We did a push group at the end. I was no diamonds. I think in October we started a push group with, did a push group with 2 of my elite coaches, and we did a push group. And in that group at the beginning, I only had 4 coaches. And I knew if I only had 4 coaches in that group, maybe 2 of them would get to diamond. And thankfully they did. And then we did the qualifier. And so I just squeaked by getting into the top 200 at that point, which was super surprising. But, life has happened to me. But I always feel like that is a good measurement. Like this year, like in the first of the year, my dad has been battling brain cancer for 4.5 years, and that's kind of consumed our family quite a bit. We lived in Colorado. We were trying to move them to Colorado. That didn't work out. So I was trying to do the business and trying to be a good daughter and, have these boys that I'm trying to spend as much time with because they're in high school. And so I have all these things pulling me. And so I just really felt like if I continued to be consistent and do those things, then it would work out. And so then we ended up moving back to Colorado, back to Texas this summer. My dad's cancer came back. So there was a lot of things hitting me, but I really felt like my team needed to be an elite team. And so it really became a fight this year. It was really appropriate that Core de Force was the workout program that came out about the same time, because you're fighting for it. I was fighting for my team. And a lot of times my team would say, hey, Stephanie, it's okay if you don't get elite. We understand, and I was like, no, that is a goal that I set for myself a long time ago, that if I was going to be a good leader, an example to my team, then I was going to get elite. And it was really scary. I didn't think I was going to get it. I had to work really hard. But we did pull it out, and it was, it wasn't easy. It was definitely a fight this year to make that happen. But because I was consistent, because I've been consistent each year, it's not as hard, because you're building off the year before, and you know what I'm saying? So it makes it a little bit easier. But for me, I was really fighting for my team, because I know that things are going to happen in their lives. They're way more difficult than what I was dealing with. And so I felt like if I gave an excuse, I was allowing them to make an excuse. And so I really felt like Elite this year was probably the most important year of all the years because of that. And so that hopefully helps answer your question.
No, I think that's awesome. I love consistent growth and being consistent. I love never give up, and I love no excuses. So really quick, what do you tell? So you got coaches this year that are going to push for elite.
Yeah.
What is it you're like, how do they start the year? What's the start of the year need to look like, in your opinion, for these guys to get it done?
I think really looking at the whole year and where you need to be, and then breaking it up every month. So this year there's some different categories. There's the customer category. There's a leadership development category. So breaking that up monthly really does help what you need to do for growth. So as far as leadership development, how many leaders do you need to have that advance in rank? Are you providing, groups for them to help them advance in rank? Are you doing push to diamond groups, that are helping your diamond so you're not stressed out, so you can not only get them to diamond, but get them to star diamond by the end of the year. So you're not cramming in December. That's one thing that I don't feel like I did. I didn't have enough leaders at the beginning of last year. So no one became diamond. And here I was in October with no diamonds. That hadn't happened the previous years. And so it had a lot to do with, not having those groups, those nurturing groups to get them done. And then once we did that group, people were popping diamond because they were focused. We did the 12-week year book, which was super helpful this year. And so that was kind of, I think for everyone out there that wants to be elite, I think you break it down. So if you had fallen from 5-star diamond, let's say, well, when are you going to get your diamond back? So you need a plan when you're going to get your diamonds, so are you going to get one by summit and then one at the end of the year? If you waste the end of the year, most of the time you won't be as lucky as me, and you won't have that, so you have to kind of plan out your year, plan out how many every month, how many coaches you want to hit Success Club, how many coaches that you want to add to your team. It's I'm not a numbers person, but this thing is numbers oriented, and it kind of excites me because I can kind of go, okay, I got my coaches, I got my, signed up my people, and then I know that I'm being consistent. And it's not, you don't have to kill yourself to get elite. Really, you just have to be consistent. And if you're consistent every month, you break it down, you're consistent every month. Some months it allows for you to have some worse months than others, right? Because you're being consistent. You may have one down month, but then the next month, maybe it's double what the month before, But as long as you're doing those consistent behaviors, you definitely should be able to get elite.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. 7 years in a row hitting elite. That is obviously a huge accomplishment. So congratulations, and thank you for your help with this.
Thank you. I'm excited about going for the 8 repeat. What is that called? 8 time elite. It's coming for you.
Perfect.